Hi guys, today I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to animate Calne in Blender. So first I'm going to bring up the download. The download link will be in the description for this model. I didn't make it. I just edited it slightly to look like the Calne in the music video. So once you downloaded that, go ahead and go here. Try to find your model. Drop it in Blender. Wait, I forgot to tell you what add-on I'm using. I'm going to use PMX Tools. The link for that will also be in the description. So anyways, let's get to it. So let's get to the basics of posing. You see here that there's a lot of confusing shapes and things that are not part of the mesh. These are the bones. The bones are what you use to pose and animate the character. In this episode, we're going to pose the character. And in the next episode, we're going to animate her. So we'll get through the basics. Some bones look weird, but it's fine. These are the bones for the main arms. So first we're going to position this arm. Now that we position that arm, I'm going to go ahead and position the other arm with the big hand. So what I did was, for the bone, I moved it like that. I clicked R to rotate it, and you can rotate it any way you want to. And this is not the only bone. There's also a bone here. There's plenty of bones across the model, as you can see. And it's not real. And if you don't have bones on your model, if you make one, then it's going to be hard to animate the character. That's why bones exist. Yes, there is shape keys, but shape keys are harder to animate than bones. Okay, let's pose the other arm here. So click this, and hit R to rotate it. As you can see here, the arm is not exactly positioned right, because the hand, like the giant crab hand, is going out of bounds. It's under the floor. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna rotate this here slightly. Take all of these. We can activate individual origins up here. If you don't know what individual origins does, basically when you pose something, like here, it can curl up, and it's easier to curl up because it's rotating each position of the bone. Then we'll select all of the bones here, I'm gonna rotate. So then we're gonna pose this one, rotate it up here. This one here. So now that we got the hands and arms posed, we're gonna start posing the legs. The thing that's unique about this model is that it's not in usual human position. We'll get into that in the third lesson. So sorry if it's hard for you to pose this. Luckily, feet have IK. If you don't know what IK is, it's inverse kinematics. So what it does is it links a bone to a child bone, which is yellow, to a parent bone, which the parent bone controls the child bone, like this. If your legs don't have IK, if you make a rig, then it's going to be harder to animate walk cycles. IK is very important in animation. We'll move the root bone up here because the feet are going under the floor. So G to grab. Here. So now that I'm done with, I'm gonna pose the legs now. Grab one of these parent bones. G to grab. Middle button on your mouse, and you can move them in any axis you want them to. So we'll move them over here, and we'll move them back, and then move this over here, slightly move it forward. Okay, now that we got the limbs posed, now we're gonna go ahead and start posing the torso. Select this bone over here, R to rotate, here to rotate the upper torso, here to rotate the chest, not to say the other word for it, because YouTube is gonna get mad at me. Move the arms like this, slightly take this arm. You can also go on this menu and there's a bunch of options. Select the blue, rotates it more back. Now we're gonna pose the hair. You might think this is hard, but luckily since we have individual organs, it's pretty simple. So select the hair bone. Not all the hair bones, just the ones for like the ponytail. And also the fluffy hair, because that's what the original model has. This one is edited by me. Sadly, I'm not getting the download link for this one. So then we'll go ahead and do here the red. We rotate the hair, and now we put this. Unselect the bones here, and let's see. Turn on mirror mode for posing. Hopefully this works. Oh, nope. Sadly, it's gonna be longer. Hopefully we can do this. Then select this one, rotate it here. So now that we have the hair pose, let's go ahead and start posing. Oh, sorry. Let's go ahead and start posing. Head, I'm gonna rotate it. Rotate the neck slightly. Do this red. And now that we have that, we're gonna go ahead and view the textures. You can go up here, material preview, and material preview brings us here. So now that we're in material preview, you see all the textures and stuff. Alright. So let's start posing the limbs sprouting out of the mouth. Spider legs, whatever you want to call them. Rotate this bone over here. And there. And now that we pose that, we're gonna pose the eyes. Start posing the eyes. Over here. So now that we have this model posed, we're gonna go ahead, start. Also, another program you should probably that we're gonna use is MD Pen tool, which I'll also put a link to in the description. I'll go ahead and go here. Double side accent. Basically, what this does is it generates lights for us to use in our render. So it's like 3-point lighting kind of. So we're gonna go into the camera, click the 0 on one side of the side of the computer with the numbers on it. No, not the second top row, the one that's on the side. Now we're gonna click this lock. We can go ahead and scroll with our mouse, move it in position, and I'm using the middle mouse button, like 3-button mouse. Just have, and now we're gonna go ahead, enable ray tracing. Basically, what this does, it adds advanced shadows and ambient occlusion to make it more lifelike. I'm gonna go to film, set transparent, and output. Make sure it's P. Actually, we don't need to do this. Okay, we're gonna set this to 4K resolution. Hold on a second. So I'm gonna enter here 3840. Well, you don't have to do this. I just am doing this because I have a PC. If you have a potato laptop or anything like that, then you don't have to do this at all. You can keep it at 1080p. Okay, now I'm gonna go up here, render image, or you can just press F12 on a keyboard. And there, now you're done. You're gonna save the image in a folder that you created specifically for Blender. Sorry, my caps lock was on. Okay, press 16 here, make sure it's 16. That gives best result. Alright, now we have finished rendering this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and save our Blender file. Go to a folder that you created for your Blender projects. Alright, now I'm gonna save this. Alright, and that concludes our tutorial. I hope you all learned a valuable lesson about 3D stuff, and goodbye. Also, this is not for absolute beginners. This is for people who are still beginners and stuff, but know the basics of Blender. So, okay, bye.